I'm Tia Borden with MiningIR. We are on day 2 of the Mines and Money Conference here in London. Beside me is Aneel Waraich, Executive Vice President and Director of Steppe Gold. Aneel, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you have one major flagship project that you're currently working on, or is there more?
There is more, but we have two projects.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the ATO project is our flagship asset. It's actually in production, back in production. So we brought it online in April 2020 for the first time ever with our 100% local team, Mongolian team, because you couldn't get in the country if you tried. So it's a highly profitable oxide mine. That's we started production last month in March actually, and it's going to produce at about $700 all-in cost, and over the next 12 months about 50,000 ounces per year. So over the next 2 years we'll probably produce about 100,000 ounces at about all-in cost of $700, and after that we have an expansion project, which is the sulfide project underneath. Another 10 and a half years of mine life at about 100,000 ounces per year. So we put out that feasibility study just late last year. So it's a quite robust project that we're expanding into right now.
And what's the duration that you expect for these two projects?
Yeah, so right now we have about 12 and a half years of mine life ahead of us. We put out a feasibility study that said exactly that, but just recently, actually last week, we put out some exploration holes, new discoveries underneath these deposits that are much higher grade zinc. So there's a base metal component, and we're seeing grades that are 5, 10, and 20 times higher than what's in the feasibility study. So significant value add there without any more capex.
Very exciting. Now, what are you most excited about for 2022?
Well, 2022, because we're back online with production, we had a tough year last year with procurement and reagents, so we had to defer production last year, and now we're back in production, we're generating cash flow, and we're continuing to work on that expansion. But I think what's really exciting is exploration, so we haven't really had a chance to do so.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your sustainability platform?
Sure, yeah, so I mean, this is something that, we started this years ago in 2016 when we started the company. Before we even built the mine, went around to everyone in the 1,400 square kilometer radius to let them know what we're doing, how they could actually get jobs as well, and be trained from unskilled to skilled labor force. We're part of the 1 billion tree initiative, planting trees. We're already looking at remediation work and doing test remediation work as we speak today. We set up a meat and dairy co-op with the locals, so we procure locally. We hire as much as we can locally, and we even set up a scholarship program, 1,000+ scholarship program locally.
Wow, so a lot in the mix in terms of sustainability.
Absolutely.
Now, any catalysts that the investors should know about?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's quite a few. So I guess continued cash flow and production numbers. People will see our balance sheet get stronger and stronger with cash flow. Exploration. So we're drilling our second project, which is the Udamhundi or UK project. We're drilling that hopefully later this month. It'll be the first time it's ever been drilled, and it's been drilled all around by another company. So very exciting project that we can drill for the first time ever. So that should be quite exciting for the market.
Very exciting. Now, of course, I'm sure you have a very strong team behind you. Can you tell us a little bit about your team? Yeah,
absolutely. So our executive chairman, Matt Wood, has a track record in Mongolia, more importantly. He's built many companies around the world. He's a geologist by trade, went to Mongolia in 2009 and built a company called Hunu Coal and sold that in 2011 for $500 million cash. So that's obviously a win. We know how to navigate the country. We do consider ourselves a Mongolian company listed on the TSX. So today our CEO is Mongolian, half our board are Mongolian, and most importantly, 99% of our staff in country are Mongolian. And that's how we were able to weather this storm of not being able to get in the country during COVID. So having a local team is important. Yeah, absolutely.
Any geopolitical impacts that you can tell us about?
Yeah, actually, I would say this has probably been the best time in Mongolia or in a long time. When we started this company in 2016, you have a People's Party. The government is very supportive of mining, pro Steppe Gold, pro foreign investment, and they've been doing all the right things. So the government actually gave us $60 million US late last year after that feasibility study. So that's a vote of confidence that they're here, they're serious, and they're giving us capital to grow. And then most recently is Rio Tinto, essentially doubling down in country. They forgave the government's debt on the project, the ATO Gold project. They offered to buy Rio Tinto turquoise for all cash, which is another $2.73 billion, and the associated capex with that. So that's like a $7 billion plus commitment this year that Rio Tinto is making in country. So I think that's a great vote of confidence that a super major like them is staying for the long run.
Yeah, a lot of confidence, a lot of support.
Yep.
Aneel, we're going to wrap up. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave our investors and our viewers with?
It really is an action-packed story this year. Now we have production back online, and we have funded exploration on both of our projects and continued expansion into our phase 2. I think you're just going to see a lot of news and cash flow is key here.
Well, I'm very excited for you. A lot to come for 2022. Thank you so much for joining me, Aneel.
Thanks for having me.